I started athletics when I was 15 or 16 years old. I started athletics when I was in school. I was around 1989. I know my first competition was in school was 1989, and the first time I ran 1500 meters. Uh, then I was very good. Uh, just that's all. Well, when I was like 8 years old or 10 years old, you know, I was thinking about a lot about athletics because do you remember in 1980 was a Moscow Olympic? Our hero Miruz Iftar, he did 2 gold in the Moscow Olympic. Then I was a big coverage about Miruz Iftar here in Ethiopia. Then uh, since that time I loved athletics. Just uh, athletics it came to my body. And really, I cannot forget. I mean, I don't forget what was happened in that moment, and the music, the celebration, and everything. I was by radio. Yeah, I know. I mean, uh, I grew up in a countryside. Here in the countryside, it's a little stranger. When you do when you compare with the Europeans or Americans. We used everything in a traditional way. Until I left from my village, I worked very hard with my father and with my family. Life was little. I mean, it's tough. Now I'm okay. I'm happy what I have now because indirectly I did very good job and I did a very good training, and I was very happy now. I'm happy. Oh, how we loved athletics since a baby killer won in Rome Olympic. Everybody loved athletics. It's here in Ethiopia. It's athletics. It's uh, a very. I mean, it's a very good looking for everybody. People they love athletics, and also our athlete. We have a very good result around the world. Especially this distance running. It's because we are living in a high altitude. High altitude it is very important for a distance runner. Now, then it's plus tradition. I told you since a baby killer, it's athletics. It become like tradition. Well, it's very difficult to say for the Europeans for this time because, uh, especially for this distance running, it's they need this altitude training plus a natural gift. When you come to Europe and America or other country, the life it's a little bit very. I mean, a little bit comfortable. If they want to go to somewhere like when they go to, I mean, I give you an example. The kids when they go to a school, they use a car. When they go to somewhere, they use everything. Very, what the word luxury. They use all luxury things. They have everything, and I think those kids. I mean, those children, they spoiled by, they become very tired themselves. Well, I was remember what was happened in 18 years ago. What Emirates if that did in that stadium when I won 3,000 meters. The golden final was. Before I start the race. I knew already I won that race because uh, that stadium is something special for Ethiopia. I mean, because we didn't lose what was happened before 18 years, and I was happy to compete there. And it's a nice stadium, but no many spectators. But I'm happy to repeat again what Miruzifta did. All sport needs audience. I mean, all sports people, and all sports people, they need a spectator. Without spectator, the competition means nonsense. In myself, when I run I mean, without a spectator, I mean, without shouting or crowd, I feel something like empty. If somebody, I mean, if the stadium full, or if many audience, or if the stadium is very crowded, I feel something. It's a kind of pressure. You can, you can compare what happened during a soccer match. If it's a full stadium and half stadium, it feels like that. And myself too, I need a spectator, especially for my countries, when they wave our flag, and when they dance Ethiopian tradition way, and I feel very, very happy. Especially Atlanta, because what happened here in Ethiopia, people loves Olympic. That's why when I won Atlanta, it's also Olympic is something historical for everybody, not for myself. Everybody likes to win at Olympic, and myself, it's also same like the other one. Well, as was happened, it's the last lap was a very, very difficult moment, because my world record was very tight. I had only 2-3 seconds, in between these seconds. I had to push hard at the end, otherwise I lose the otherwise I lose the record. But I was very bad luck. Those three athletes, they blocked the first and second line, and I could not pass them very easily. Then, well, it was scared. Well, we cannot do anything to them, but whatever it is, I could break the world record. That was very important, and I was very happy. If I missed the record, just I felt very sorry, and I felt very sad. Well, Daniel Coleman, he's a good athlete. He's very good athlete. I like him I mean, I like Daniel Coleman because he pushed me a lot to become stronger and stronger. If they break the record, and I always said I have to break the record again. That's why they did very good job for me indirectly. Well, not only Daniel Coleman. When you come to like the other Kenyans or other runners, also they are very good, like Pultergat, and many Kenyans, and also we are very good friends. And well, when we come to competition, we are fighting each other, just only in competition. Well, well, I don't know how I explain about Naftanya. It's another way. It's Naftanya means it's a owner of a gun. In a past time here in Ethiopia, the one he had the gun, we call him Naftanya, and that guy, he's a boss. Because if you have a gun, you are a boss. And those people, they were, they had the gun, and they are a boss. I mean, they were a boss. And but at this time, when we call Naftanya, it's something bad for other people, because they remember what was happening in the past time. Well, still, when you call me, or when they call me Naftanya, I'm happy. Because I'm just, you know what I mean. Sport is doing. I know sport is to make friendship, peace. Sport to make to, to show how is Ethiopia and everything. Most people, maybe they don't know how Ethiopia is. When I ask them somewhere in Europe or other country, when just they ask me, "Are you from this?" I'm from Ethiopia. Which country is Ethiopia, and where it is? I know sometimes, just I'm from Africa, and sometimes they understand it's African. It's a big continent, and but some people still they don't know how where it's Ethiopia. Well, we try to show where it's Ethiopia. I mean, where it is Ethiopia, and where we are, and how we are, and how our tradition. This is uh, a work for ambassador. But we are not ambassador for one country. We are ambassador for all country. Who are Asia, Europe, Latin America, Australia, everywhere, and that's why we did. Uh, I know, just it's, it's very difficult to say. No one. It's very difficult to say I did like this and this, but in myself, still I'm trying to do something for my country. Still, I'm not satisfied. Still, I said it's not enough for my country. I try to do more to show for Ethiopia. How is Ethiopia? Still, many people. Most of the people they know Ethiopia is hunger, starvation, and war. Generally they know Ethiopia is a problem country. I like to show for the people how is Ethiopia. Well, we have problem, and we have other good thing for other people. You can say how is Ethiopian. Wow, it's not only landing, just when we pass our uh, border, from airplane. When I've seen in the ground, it's when I saw the mountain, the river, everything. Oh, this is Ethiopia, and most of the time they announce it. We are crossing the Ethiopian and so on and so on. At that time, I felt I don't know how to explain about that. You love your country, I love my country, and it's something very special. Wow, how can I run it? Well, this is my character. I cannot change this character, because if I want to change this character, I cannot, because it's a gift. Not only when I win, also sometimes I laughing when I lose too. I don't know why. Just when I was at school, also something happened. When my teacher beat me, I was laughing. Uh, I remember what has happened when I was in 8th grade. I had a big problem with my teacher, and when he beat me, I was laughing, and he was very angry, and he started beating again and again, because he thought I was doing something bad for him, But I didn't do. That was my character. Still, it's same character I have. Well, it's okay, because at this time I don't stay for longer. Maybe maximum 2-3 weeks, because I'm already married for 2 years. I have a daughter already. She's nearly a year. That's why I don't go. I don't stay longer in Europe, but my wife and my family, they accept what I do, and maybe sometimes they have some problem. Like, the problem is when they miss me, and they complain. But it's normal for everybody. Just I told you, maybe I stay maximum 2-3 weeks. It's fine. Well, still now, here in Ethiopia, I live like a king. I could say, I can say I live like a king. When I go somewhere here, it looks, uh, it's really amazing. Everybody come to me and to say congratulations, want to shake hand, want to kiss, everything. That's why I'm happy to have this kind of moment, because we are doing sport. Profit for the profit from sport is this. Uh, you know, To have money, it's a second occasion. I mean, okay, money is important, but the important thing is to be known for the people, or to be nice for the people. No, I like to do nice for the people. Well, maybe I stop at athletics after a few or some years. Then when I stop this thing, I have to be nice for other people. I mean, for the people. People love like that way. Well, sport is another thing. Well, it's not any secret in my training session. Well, you saw what the training program this morning, but if you have chance, you can see many training program. What we do during track training, what we do during forest training, what we do during uh, some exercise training. Well, just in generally, I I did training 2 times a day and 14 times a week. It's about 20 to 25 kilometers a day. That is my training program. Well, the training program, my training program, it's depend on what competition I have. Just I start to run from 15 to 10,000 meters. That's why it's quite difficult to manage all training programs. When I prepare for 1500 meters, I train very hard speed training. When I train for 10,000 meters, I concentrate only endurance training. What endurance means. And well, the secret for me, it's to do training seriously. I don't like to miss my training program. If I have something happen, I have to train that program by any means. If it is dark or whatever it is, I have to do that training program. That is my secret. Yeah, just I can say running is a drug, because if I don't train in the morning, I feel very tired the whole day. Because of that way, I can say running is a drug. Sometimes I feel uh, very, very confusion. It's my brain, it's not clear. I cannot do anything if I don't train this in the morning. That's why we can say running is a drug. That was my dreaming for a long time. I could try to become a athlete of the year in 95 and 96 and 97, and finally I could be athlete of the year in 1998. That was one of my goal, and I was really happy to become athlete of the year. Well, that's okay, but what will be in future? Still, I'm trying to do something. Oh, my father, he's not an athlete. I think when you ask him, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's very. I mean, he's laughing because he never run. He's a farmer. He protects us when we run because he didn't know athletics is a very good thing for people. He think sport is something fun. But my oldest brother, he's an athlete. Still, he's doing very well. He's 211 in marathon. Still, he's trying to do more. I'm sure he will run more faster than 211. And my young brother and my young sister, still they are an athlete. I'm sure I expect something from them. They become an athlete. I mean, they become like Haile Gebrselassie future. I don't know when it exactly. Still, they are preparing for some competition. Well, I don't think it's not a big difference between Ethiopia and Kenya. The difference between Ethiopia and Kenya, uh, Kenyans athlete, uh, I think there are many, many Kenyans in there. Here, when you come to here in Ethiopia, we are limit. I don't think this thing it stay longer, because at this time many athletes they become stronger and stronger here in Ethiopia. That's why soon I hope Kenyans and Ethiopians we become a balance. Uh, while their system is still, I mean, uh, which system we had. We had a very hard system way the last 20 years that affect very I mean that thing affect in this athletics, because all the athletes they were limit here, you know. I- if they have, if they had the chance to compete outside Ethiopia, maybe they went to some communist country. They never been in other uh, country. That's why we were very limit. But at this time, all of all of them already open. We can compete everywhere. We can compete America, Europe, Asia, or everywhere. That's why we become one of the best competitors at the Kenya. Well, we are different between the Kenya and Ethiopia. The number, there are many, and we are limit. I mean, we are few. Well, I don't know what I do when I finished athletics. Still I'm concentrate this athletics only. Uh, I don't know what will be easy when I stop athletics. Maybe I become a businessman, or I don't know. But still, I'm starting some business, but not very important one. Still, sport. I mean, this sport is very important one. I mean, to doing athletics is very important. Also, in athletics also, uh, I mean, at the same way we can do business. Oh well, that's very important. I told you, uh, people they like to have something from Haile Gebrselassie outside athletics. I mean, still, I have to, I have to try to do something for my people. We have many disabled people. I like to do. I like to help them. But this is not a very uh, important thing, because it is like a humanity, and also you serve also. You can, I mean, you like to do something like what we did yesterday evening. Uh, well, we'll see uh, in future. I try to do something as soon as possible. I mean, as soon as possible. Just